Hello everybody, I'm Nuru from the Portland City Gym. Still not editing this out. So I told you all in my last video, which I probably posted let me check. It's processing at the moment. Now, I do not pre-record any of my videos. I always upload a video like literally seconds after I record it. So this just really goes to show. It's as close to like live streaming or like showing you guys what I'm doing real time. It's as close as it gets, honestly. Um, so that's how yeah. I don't really know where I was going with that, but there you go. I'm recording this really right after I recorded that one. Um, so pranked. I guess consider yourselves pranked. In that video, I said that I was gonna post this tomorrow instead of posting 2 in 1 day because I've been missing a lot of uploads, so I'm making up for it. Now this is Rayquaza number 2, the what some would argue would be the better one. Would I argue it's the better one? I don't know. The other Rayquaza has 10 more HP. This one has an easier to pay for attack, which also can do more damage. It does double the damage, but you have to discard all of it. But and with it's all that energy discarded. I don't know. I think this Rayquaza EX might be a little bit better, with a few cards that we got that are newer. However, I feel like both of them are relatively similar in strength. Whichever one you choose to play, both of them are very, very strong, I think. So there's that. So anyway, let's just get on with the list. The Pokemon lineup is virtually the same for both lists. I do have one difference, other than the Rayquazas, and that is a Tapu Koko V. I'll explain why I played that in a second. First off, Rayquaza EX. Very, very strong. A lot about this card is good. 170 HP is okay for a basic EX, or just basic 2 prizer in general. 2 attacks, Celestial Roar, discard the top 3 cards of your deck. If any of them are basic energy, hold on a second, if any of those cards are energy cards, okay, it doesn't need to be basic. It can be double dragon energy. However, you're not going to use that, so don't worry about it. Then we have Dragon Burst. Totally not Dragon Break. Don't relate it to Dragon Break. Okay, this is Dragon Burst. Alright? Dragon Burst, you may discard all... okay, sorry, you may not. No, you have to discard everything. Discard all basic fire energy or all basic lightning energy attached to this Pokemon. And this attack does 60 damage for each one you discarded. Now, something to keep in mind is that you cannot discard a mix of both fire and lightning. It has to be all of one or all of the other. And of course, lightning's more accessible, so we play lightning. But in all reality, I mean, fire could work too. We have welder, which is regretful to say, but we do have welder, so there's that. However, the list I'm running is better than any welder version. So with this, you can do huge amounts of damage. Yeah, so there's that. Now, like I said, this does do twice the amount of damage as the Rayquaza GX, just as far as like numbers go. So it is easier to hit larger numbers. However, it is harder to hit those numbers as consistently. Meanwhile, with Rayquaza, it is you can hit those numbers more consistently. So there's that. Then we play 4-4 Electric line. It's Dynamotor. I explained it in the last video. If you can't read it from here, check out the last video. I explained it. It's the same thing as Malamar or Bronzong, but for Lightning-type Pokemon. Then we play 2 copies of Shaymin EX, same as in the last list. 1 Tapu Lele, same as in the last list. Tapu Koko Prism Star, same. Tapu Koko V is a new inclusion, and I'll get to that later. But Free Retreat is pretty much why we play this, and Thunder's Bolt isn't terrible if we have to. Next up, we play 3 copies of Professor Juniper. Discard your whole hand, draw 7. 2 Guzma. The supporter line's the exact same. Again, watch my other video. I think I go into a lot more depth over my deck building expertise. 4 copies of Ultra Ball. This is to search out Pokemon. 4 VS Seeker to get supporters back. 4 Scoop Up Net. And the reason I play Scoop Up Net is 1, because Scoop Up Net's just broken and expanded. Shamans can get reused. Electrikes, you can pick those up if you really want to. But the main reason we play it actually is for Rayquaza EX. Now, think, why would we want to play Rayquaza? Why would we want to scoop up Rayquaza EX? Think back to Tapu Koko V. It has free retreat. And Dynamotor can only accelerate to the bench. Are you seeing what I'm getting at here? You should be seeing what I'm getting at here. Basically, what you're going to be doing here is you are going to be just so after you attack, right? You're going to attack, then you're going to have no energy on the Rayquaza, right? Because Dragon Burst forces you to discard everything attached. So you only really want to attach as much as necessary. At least as far as the Dragon Energy goes. With Lightning Energy, it doesn't matter. Discard as much as you want. Attach as much as you want. But usually try to attach in moderacy. Attach in the bare minimum. So when you discard it, you don't really waste anything. But seriously, after you play everything, use the attack, everything gets discarded. Now, here's where Scoop Up Net really comes into play, right? So Rayquaza's in the active, and let's say they don't knock you out by some miraculous miracle. They don't knock you out. So, after they don't knock you out, Scoop Up Net, pick up the Rayquaza, promote Tapu Koko V, put Rayquaza on the bench, Dynamotor all the energy back on, and then retreat, do it all over again. Now, of course, this is depending on whether or not they knock you out or not. If they do knock you out, promote Tapu Koko V, and you can just do the same thing. I mean, what were you expecting? You can do the same thing. You get knocked out, promote Tapu Koko V, attach all the energy to a different one, and just keep going. Whether you get knocked out or not doesn't really matter, but if you don't, Scoop Up Net. Some cases where you might not get knocked out, there's a lot of 150 damage attacks. Of course, Trev Noir's Night Watch, Eggrow's attack, and whatever it is, I forget the name, but Eggrow's attack only does 150. A lot of attacks aren't actually one-shotting Rayquaza, mostly because the main focus isn't exactly taking huge one-hit knockouts. So that definitely helps. Kind of makes their attack completely worthless. Especially in Eggrow's case, when you scoop it up, they're not going to be one-shotting you unless they have a muscle band attached. Or some other damage modifier, I don't know. So they need a muscle band attached, but if they don't, Scoop Up Net makes their attack completely worthless, and the healing is also completely worthless because we one-shot them every single time. So it doesn't really matter. 4 copies of Turbo Patch because it's Turbo Patch. You might not always have all 4 eels out at once. So this can kind of be like your 4 copies of your 50-50 eel. I mean, it's really tough to get all the eels out. The chances of pretty much any part of your eels line not being prized are not great. So Turbo Patch is kind of like your 50-50 sub. So Turbo Patch is good for that. Also, keep in mind that, of course, Rayquaza EX is not a GX, so it works. 4 Battle Compressor. We play more Battle Compressor in this deck than the last one. This is because we need it more. We just need it more. The other Rayquaza deck, It draws a little bit better. It does rely on double dragon energy, but it doesn't rely on double dragon energy every single time you attack because it forces you to discard it. It forces you to discard it. So, I mean, most of the time you're going to be needing to discard it. That's what I mean. Because technically speaking, if you count the double dragons as fire energy, then you don't need to discard it. But most of the time, since you're mostly going to be counting it as lightning energy, you're going to discard it every time. So, you need 4 copies of Battle Compressor to make things more consistent. Because Rayquaza didn't have this many consistency issues. I don't even know how I started that. It probably made no sense. So just ignore what I just said, because it probably made no sense. And half of that probably didn't correlate to the other half. So, oh my god. 2 special charge, because double dragon energy is how we attack. So, and since it's going to be discarded pretty much every time, special charge is really important so that we can reuse it. 2 float stone. We need free retreat a lot more here. If you're Tapu Koko V's prize or something, you're going to need float stone more by default. So, you just really want to make sure you always have a free retreater. Tapu Koko V is our ideal one because it's also able to attack. However, it's surprised or something happens, Floatstone's the way to go. 1 copy of Dowsing Machine. I chose this over Computer Search mostly because this doesn't have like as many moving pieces as the other deck did. In case you need like a 3rd special charge, like you're going up against freaking Wall Stall or Doll Stall or something, and you're like, oh man, I'm really burning through all my double dragons. I could really use some extra special charges. Well, there you go. 3rd special charge. Also, 5th supporter or 5th VS Seeker, so there's that. 5th Turbo Patch, 5th Net. It's a 5th anything, really. So, yeah. Dowsing Machine, because reasons. 4 Double Dragon, as I said, because it's imperative. And it's only 6 Lightning Energy. The reason I only play 6 Lightning Energy is because you're going to be recycling the same exact Lightning Energy turn after turn after turn. When you Dynamotor, you're going to be Dynamotoring the same Lightning Energy you discarded last turn. It's not like you're going to need to build up another attacker as you attack with the Rayquaza GX. No, it's usually just going to be 1 Rayquaza at a time, cycling over and over and over again until either you lose or your opponent loses. So, yeah. Anyway, that's the deck. It's a deck. I can definitely say that. It's definitely a deck. I think I do kind of prefer the, I do really prefer the other Rayquaza that I built. Definitely check that video out. It's like right before this one, so it shouldn't be that hard. Anyway, thank you for watching. Definitely subscribe, like, all that other stuff. My outro is getting really inconsistent, I've noticed. So I'm going to make it consistently inconsistent. So, anyway, everybody, this is River from the Portland City Gym signing out. Words are difficult. And I'm still not editing this out, by the way.